Picture this with us for a moment. What if mosquitoes just vanished from the planet? Today, we're taking you on a journey. From the first hour without those buzzing pests to a full decade down the line. Will our lives get easier? Will the economy shift? Or will nature throw us some curveballs we never saw coming? This story's got upsides, downsides, and plenty to chew on. Ready? Let's dive in. Noon, hour after mosquitoes disappear. Let's kick things off with the first hour without mosquitoes, shall we? We'd notice it most in our backyards and homes right away. No more buzzing around our ears at dusk. No itchy bites waking us up. Patios and porches feel peaceful, almost too quiet without that familiar hum. Cities with humid summers, like Miami or Bangkok, start to feel oddly serene. Out in the wild, it's still business as usual. Wetlands and forests don't shift much yet. Mosquitoes prey like frogs haven't clocked the change. Businesses selling bug spray or citronella candles might wonder about a quiet night. But nothing's hit them hard. We reckon this first hour brings a quick win. Pure, bite-free calm in urban life. 12 hours after mosquitoes disappear. Fast forward 12 hours, and things are getting interesting in cities. Parks and outdoor cafes that used to be mosquito hotspots are suddenly more inviting. People linger longer outside, enjoying the night without swatting at their arms. Hospitals see a tiny dip in bite-related complaints. Nothing major, but a hint of relief. In nature, frogs and bats that snack on mosquitoes start hunting a bit harder, though their food supply hasn't dried up yet. The economics of bug repellent take a slight nudge. Fewer impulse buys at corner stores. We figure at this point, city folks are loving the peace, while the wild's just starting to feel a ripple. 24 hours after mosquitoes disappear, a full day in, and we're seeing clearer shifts. In urban areas, people ditch their bug nets and sprays for good. Outdoor events like barbecues or movie nights get a spontaneous boost. Folks aren't rushing inside at sunset anymore. Emergency rooms note fewer cases of bite infections, easing the load just a touch. Out in rural swamps and forests, fish and birds that eat mosquito larvae notice a dip in their meals. It's subtle, but their numbers might wobble soon. Economic ripples hit the insect repellent industry. Sales drop noticeably in mosquito-heavy regions. We think this first day marks a sweet spot. City life feels freer, but nature's starting to adjust. 8 days after mosquitoes disappear, a week without mosquitoes, and urban benefits are stacking up. Public health gets a breather. Cases of mosquito-borne nasties like dengue or West Nile drop sharply. Cities in tropical zones save on medical costs, and tourism picks up in places once avoided for their buggy reputation. Outdoor gear stores see bug spray gather dust on shelves. In the wild, though, it's a mixed bag. Bats and dragonflies that relied on mosquitoes are leaner, hunting other insects to compensate. Wetlands see more algae growth without mosquito larvae munching it down. Economically, repellent makers pivot to other pests, but sales still slump. We'd say cities are thriving now, while ecosystems feel the first pinch. Song weeks after mosquitoes disappear, 2 weeks in, and cities are buzzing. Ironically, without the buzz, public spaces thrive as people flood parks and patios, boosting local cafes and event planners. Health agencies report huge drops in malaria and Zika cases, especially in poorer regions, freeing up funds for other needs. Safety from disease becomes a quiet perk. Nature's shifting, though. Birds and bats struggle as mosquito-dependent diets thin out, pushing them toward crowded prey like moths. Wetlands turn greener with unchecked algae. Economics tilt further. Mosquito net makers and repellent brands lose big, while tourism in tropical cities spikes. We reckon urban life's winning, but the wild's getting tricky. Noon, month after mosquitoes disappear, a month down the road, and urban health's transformed. Hospitals and malaria zones empty out, No more kids sick with fever. No more overloaded clinics. Governments redirect budgets from mosquito control to infrastructure. A massive financial shift. Culturally, mosquito-free summers become a new norm, celebrated with outdoor festivals. In forests and fields, fish that ate mosquito larvae shrink in number, rippling up to bigger predators like herons. Algae blooms clog ponds, choking oxygen levels. Economically, the pest control industry scrambles. Jobs vanish as demand for sprays and nets craters. We figure cities are healthier and wealthier, but nature's balance is wobbling hard. Hope months after mosquitoes disappear, 6 months in, and cities are reaping long-term gains. Tropical regions once plagued by disease see life expectancy tick up. Fewer deaths from malaria means stronger workforces. Outdoor recreation booms, pumping money into local economies. Urban air feels cleaner without constant pesticide fogging. Outdoors, though, ecosystems strain. Bats and birds dwindle as their food web unravels, leaving other insects like flies to multiply unchecked. Wetlands turn murky, with fish populations crashing from algae overgrowth. Economically, tourism thrives. But agriculture takes a hit. Fewer pollinators survive the bat die-off. We'd say cities are golden. But the wild's in trouble now. Noon, year after mosquitoes disappear. A year without mosquitoes, and urban landscapes shift big time. Disease hotspots like sub-Saharan Africa or Southeast Asia report historic lows in illness. Slashing healthcare costs, cities invest in parks and green spaces, capitalizing on mosquito-free living. Safety from bites becomes a selling point for real estate. In nature, the dominoes keep falling. Frogs and fish vanish from ponds overtaken by algae, dragging down predators like owls. Fly populations explode, annoying farmers and spreading new diseases. Economically, pest control pivots to flies, but the old mosquito industry's gone. We think cities are safer and richer, but rural ecosystems are crumbling fast. Years after mosquitoes disappear, 5 years on, and urban life's a dream. Tropical cities market themselves as disease-free paradises, drawing tourists and expats. Healthcare savings pile up, funding schools and roads. Culturally, mosquito bites fade from memory. Kids don't even know what they were. Air quality improves without sprays. But nature's a mess. Wetlands dry up or turn toxic from algae, wiping out fish and amphibians. Birds and bats that ate mosquitoes are rare, letting flies and beetles overrun crops. Agriculture suffers. Yields drop as pollination tanks and pest flies surge. Economically, food prices rise with lower supply. We'd argue cities are at their peak, but the countryside's paying a steep price. Sleep years after mosquitoes disappear, 10 years in, and cities have evolved. Urban populations grow as tropical zones become prime real estate. No malaria means more livable land. Economies flourish with tourism and health savings, though food imports soar to offset rural losses. Kids see mosquitoes only in old photos, a relic of the past. Nature's flipped upside down, though. Wetlands are barren or choked with algae, leaving ghost ecosystems. Fly plagues devastate farms, driving up pesticide use and costs. Global food shortages hit hard crop failures from lost pollinators, and pest surges strain supply chains. We reckon the urban boom's real, but the wild and rural world's a shadow of itself now. What if there were no mosquitoes? What if there were no mosquitoes? At first, cities cash in big within hours. Backyards turn peaceful, free of bites and buzzing. Health skyrockets as diseases like malaria and dengue vanish, slashing medical costs and boosting life expectancy within months. Tourism explodes in tropical zones by the first year, with economies thriving on disease-free appeal, while urban air clears from less pesticide use. Safety from illness becomes a cultural win. But nature unravels fast. Frogs, bats, And fish that ate mosquitoes fade within weeks, gone in years, letting algae clog wetlands and kill ecosystems by year 5. Fly populations boom by year 1, plaguing farms and spreading new diseases, cutting crop yields as pollinators vanish. Economically, repellent industries collapse early. Tourism and health savings soar for a decade, but agriculture crashes. Food shortages and high import costs hit by year 10. Cities shine with wealth and safety, while rural areas and nature collapse under flies and barren land. Bottom line, no mosquitoes trade short-term bliss for long-term chaos.